Libra, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the eclipse season. So this is incredibly a significant time for you because guess what, guys? This is your lunar eclipse. So let's talk a little bit about the solar eclipse before we dive into the lunar eclipse for you. So a solar eclipse is when the moon passes between the sun and the earth and prevents your sun from shining. When the sun is in a new moon shadow, the new moon's energetic power overrides your ability to shine in the house that the event is emphasizing. So without your sun, it's impossible to shine. And it's impossible to generate growth and expansion. So when the solar event happens, your sun's energy goes under this incredible, massive reboot. And since the solar eclipse energy represents new beginning, it's time for your soul's deepest desire to transform and elevate you to the next level. So your ruler is going to start out the eclipse season in Aquarian energy and then end it in Pisces. So fire energy will meet with water. Your visions are crystal clear. You want to take action when the solar event happens. You are ready to risk it all and to get what you want. There is an energy that shifts into it, here is where your energy shifts into a square during this solar event. There is something that you are not thinking clearly about that needs to be revealed. There's something you don't see. Your rose-colored glasses are foggy. You are fixating on this rosy outcome when in fact when the fire energy, Mars in Sagittarius meets up with all of the Piscean energy, it creates steam, and this steam is possibly hot enough to burn you. So you are idealizing an outcome that needs to be reevaluated. I say this because with a great deal of compassion for your situation. It's hard when you have this much pleasure associated with forward movement not to move forward. That's just not your style. So what you desire is being motivated by water energy, which is a contradiction from your ruling planet's energy at this time. So there's emotional momentum. There's a sense of release moving forward. There's a sense of progression. It's future. It feels karmically aligned in your soul. Yet you have this square that you're intuitively tuning into. So you are being way too logical about a heart-based issue. There is something that you are not considering, something that you are not aligning with, and your intuition, you are not aligning with intuition, you're aligning with logic. So you must take off your rose-colored glasses and deal with the facts that you are on a boat in turbulent waters. Connect with your intuition and release your energy that makes you cling to logic instead of rational, emotional, motivated thinking. When I say that it's rational to connect with water-based energy, it's because it's so highly aligned with Neptune and Chiron. Both of those are very big power players in belief and karma and divine guidance energy. So connect to your intuition and release the energy that makes you feel this square. I think that's what's so important, is for you to understand that if you're making the wrong decision, there is going to be an obstacle that comes up and seems to be out of nowhere. This energy is all about connecting you with feeling and feeling your way through the storm, through the turbulent waters. I love this movie called The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner, where he's trying to save her, of course, because he's a badass, yummy guy. And he's out in the woods and it's nighttime, and instead of relying on what he sees, he closes his eyes and relies on his instincts, what he feels and what he hears. I think that that's more the appropriate energy for you to align with. So you may be a bit too cocky and opinionated in this energy. Ego is going to be your downfall in this energy. Beware of creating a new beginning based on what you hope to derive from all of this hard work. There just might be a mental or a financial impact that you have not considered because you are thinking too logically and not aligning with your intuition. So the special message from the universe during this solar event for you is intuition is the missing component in your thought process. Logic just seems to be a better energy to validate when you're making a decision that you have to make. However, it is the wrong energy and you will square off. Be patient that when you are seeking personal satisfaction, and try not to identify with too much attention seeking and recognition from others. Wisdom comes with taking your time and life experience. So for some of you, there will be a need to take a risk. Just see what it stirs up. And more than likely, it's going to stir up this square if you're getting too risky. So beware of just extreme risk taking. The new beginning is being mindful to those that you have to overcome to get what you want. This isn't about the way that I think about something like this. It's like if I want something, like say if I want attention from this guy over here, but I know that he has a girlfriend that he's falling out, that the relationship is falling out. Just beware of the fact that your attention seeking doesn't start to seek in sources that have not fully ended their time of suffering, or you will start to be dragged along in that time of suffering. So a new beginning is being mindful to those it's being compassionate. The new beginning is being compassionate, patient. It's being wise. It's being intuitive. It's not about being fire-based, action-oriented, going at it at all costs. That will be the downfall. So have faith that you are aligned with your vision for the future, that you are on the right path. You just don't have all the facts right now because you are not taking into account all the mutable energy that is going to reveal drastic change in what you see right now. So as the facts come in, as the clarity comes, as you would intuitively connect, you're going to be glad that you didn't take a risk that you are thinking about taking at this point. So take your time, slow down, and align your energy with divine guidance. And I think that is going to be a way to stay in the high vibration. Your lunar eclipse this is significant for you because this is not only your lunar eclipse, but also that it is really speaking to cardinal signs that are in the degrees of 0 to 8 degrees. So in this lunar eclipse, the earth blocks the sun, casting a shadow over the moon. That's kind of the actual definition. And this astrological event is significant because the sun's desire to shine will override your emotional vulnerabilities at this point. It is for this reason that it is common for endings to occur during a lunar eclipse. So the lunar eclipse in Libra is going to be combined with a very, very powerful alignment that is between the sun and Mercury, all in Aries. So even though this is in your first house, this lunar eclipse is going to be in Libra, the solar eclipse was in Piscean energy. Piscean energy is the ending of the zodiac. Aries is the beginning. There's a sense of ending, beginning. There's a sense of moving forward. There's a sense of where I suffered, where I stopped, where I needed to heal myself. So there's a lot of energy playing in endings, beginnings, and interpreting your environment based on the way that others interpret you. When anytime when a lunar eclipse or anything happens in your first house, it's about perception. It's about aligning yourself with divine intervention in order for you to have the impact that you should have on other people. So you will deeply be connected to the cardinal energy and ready to take action. Many of you may start maybe starting a relationship or ending one. Very, very extreme energy. This energy seems to be quite extreme as you feel everything so deeply right now and intuitively guided. Your ruler is switched from Pisces, which made you connect to what you want on an emotional need. For many of you, You now need to connect with someone based on immediate needs, carnal needs, just basic. It feels good to be with that person. You're taking on a project right now and starting something new that has the feeling like you are possibly making the same mistake that you always have. So there's a sense of karma associated with this. It's a test. I feel deeply like you're being tested in this energy. Are you going to pass the test, or are you going to submit and go through that same karmic wheel? You're kind of like that mouse on the wheel that just keeps running and running and running on the wheel, never making progression. So, many of you may have no choice but to be shoved forward by the universe and into the realization. The realization between masculine and feminine energy, the realization between water and fire-based energy, past and future-based energy. It is a stark, blunt force realization, I think. So you may have to put your needs aside for what you desire and take the lead in a health issue, or lead somebody out of the health issue that they're in. That's possible in this energy. For some of you, a health issue may come back from the past that needs to be addressed. For some of you, there may be a fear associated with something that you've been working deeply hard for. Water energy will meet fire in this lunar eclipse and create that steamy environment. Is the steam too hot to touch, or does the steam just clarify you, open up your pores, and let out the dirt that's been clogging your pores? I mean, which energy are you associated with? You have a great deal to consider. So for me, what I want to say about you is, are you an energy that is connecting with divine clarity or forward fixed outcomes? Have you considered the karmic lessons from the past when you're moving forward in your relationships? You really need to face something, because Saturn will square off with your energy and flood out this emotional issue that is dammed up at this point. There's a part of you, I feel, that's deeply dammed up, that you need to get out in the open, and that unfortunately, whether you think you have control over it or not, you don't after the eclipse season. If you've been damming up something, it will flood out and come out during this event. Anyhow, guys,